Hi folks, if you're watching this video, you're about to get a little nugget of knowledge on inquiry-based lessons. So inquiry-based lessons or inquiry-based learning is when the students are posed with a question or a problem or a scenario, and they go through a process or a method, and they develop an answer or a conclusion about their problem. And this builds on their critical thinking skills, and it develops skills that students use or will use in everyday life to find answers to their own problems. This type of learning is also associated with problem-based learning, um, but they're not exactly the same. However, the teacher in both is going to be more of a facilitator of a guide instead of the sole source of knowledge. Um, Through personal experiences, I found that these lessons, inquiry-based lessons, are a lot of fun to be in. They're a lot of fun to teach or to facilitate, and it's really fun to see where the students go with the learning. When students are pushed to think outside the box or to find the answer to their own question, it's very surprising to see where they go with it, and they also gain a greater depth of knowledge, a greater grasp on the subject that they're learning. Um, it also seems to stick better with them. They seem to remember the information more because they're the ones that are solving the problem, and therefore they need to know the information. Um, Creating an inquiry-based lesson does take additional time on the teacher's part, and it's more difficult to facilitate, especially if it's new to you and you're just learning how to do it, or if you're just like me and you're becoming a teacher. It's a little difficult to do. However, it's easy to see the benefits of it and to see how students can truly gain critical thinking skills and motivation from these types of lessons. Now, two questions I still had about inquiry-based was, how do we get students to pose the questions? How do we get them to ask the question that we plan the lesson for, basically? And the second question is, how do we gauge the depth of inquiry that the students are ready to take on? Should we have them pose the question and then just let them go, or should we give them a question and maybe like a guide and then have them use that? So it's the depth that I'm kind of wondering about. So thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a little bit.